afternoon, everybody. We are Pulse Consulting Company. I'm going to start off this presentation by asking you guys an obvious question. Can you guys tell me what fast food logo that is? McDonald's. In some countries, those golden arches are more recognizable than a Christian flag. So, we'll play a little video for you guys about the effects of McDonald's over time. The man in this video did an experiment where he ate McDonald's for 30 straight days, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and ended up having numerous health concerns and ended up gaining 24 pounds in just 1 month. You go crazy.
There's a volume turn dial on the actual
On the actual thing?
the black thing.
Yeah, I just turned it up a little bit. Still not doing it.
Do some more. Yes.
It's all the way up.
I think I'm gonna have to go supersize.
It's hard for me to watch him go through this.
So it seems like you're starting to get addicted to it now.
You saw these numbers, right? These numbers are outrageous.
Unfortunately, you caused some major harm to your heart, your liver, your blood.
You're gonna die. You'll die. I want more. You gotta stop me. Suicide, the American way. Get it back, get it broke. Either way, you're gonna pay. Supersize me. Supersize me. Make it baby. Supersize me. Supersize me. Supersize.
Felix, can you shut the
To
door?
introduce our team a little bit, we have our president, Alexis Richards. She's been with the company for about 12 years now. We have our vice president, Nick Hawkins. He's been here for 10 years. We have our director of internal communications, Ham Smith. He's been here for 7 years. We have our recommendations coordinator, Daisy Kana. She's been here for 9 years. We have Vicaria Darber. She's our communications development, external communications developer. She's been here for 11 years. And myself, I'm the event specialist. I've been here for 7 years. In this presentation, you will learn who we are, why you need us, and what Pulse Consulting can do for you. I'm now going to pass it to Nick Hawkins, who will give you the company background. Thank you.
Okay, that's working. Hello, I'm Nick Hawkins, and I'll be going over company's background and our company value. Wrong button. So, Pulse Consulting was created in early 2008 after we all saw the documentary Supersize Me, as you saw the trailer for earlier. And you might be wondering why a consulting company was formed after watching a documentary about a guy eating a bunch of McDonald's. Now, the reason is because in the documentary it talks about how fast food and unhealthy living can increase your chance of gaining obesity. And all of us at the time were in college. And college students have a lot of stuff to deal with already. Stress, studies, projects, everything. Also, the food they have on campus is not the best. It is slightly healthier than fast food itself. And for most college students, they can't afford to have healthy food, or it's just not really available for them. And the reason we mostly work with universities like Ohio State, Kennesaw, and University of South Carolina is because all these universities and many universities around the country have a recreational center which focuses on trying to help students stay active and healthy. Because if you eat a bunch of the food they give you on campus and you just sit around doing studies, yes, you will get a good grade, but in the long term, that's not going to be good for your health. And our company values are passion. Every single one of our members is very passionate about what we do. We are very honest, and sometimes that can come off as slightly mean, but the truth hurts sometimes. Efficiency. We don't want to waste time. We don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste our time. Time is money. So we will get in, tell you what you need to know, do it quick, fast, and efficiently. Reliability. We are reliable. We won't give you the runaround. We'll tell you what it is. every time. And competence. We are all competent in what we are talking about. We know what you need, we can help you with what you need, and speaking of what you need, I'll hand over to Alexis to give you the statement of need.
You, Nick. So, has anybody ever experienced stress and anxiety? Raise your hand, anybody? That's what I thought. Yes. So, a lot of times college students, when they experience stress or anxiety, they don't know how to deal with it. So they turn to substance abuse or alcohol, or they over or undereat. So the best way to deal with this is to not do those things, but to productively deal with your stress, like going to the UREC. So, we are here to help this department to improve overall image of like how the students see you, what they associate your department with when they hear your name, increase student involvement, and try to get more people out to be involved in the events that you host, or if you want to partnership with any other organizations, and also strengthen external communications. How will they even know about the events if there's not any good communication? So the Youth Rec offers gym privileges and like the other gym, so you can like play basketball or do any other events that are hosted in there. And it's very important that students know about all of that. So how are we gonna do that? I'm gonna let my friend Hamp tell you about that.
Thank you. As she said, my name is Hamp Smith. I specialize in internal communication. Internal communication is essential to a well-run department. And with changing technology today, I think that communication is kind of strayed away from face-to-face. And these are some statistics that prove that. 87% of employees today typically receive company information through email, internet, and in person. And I understand that one of those is in person, but with technology such as email and social media, I think that face-to-face has kind of been strayed away from. 74% of employees feel that they're missing out on company information and news. 30% of employees ignore their employer's emails completely. So even though email and other social media and technological forms of communication can be effective for some things, it has strayed away from face-to-face communication, which I said, and face-to-face communication is good to kind of gain a company feel within an organization, and building that team chemistry really helps everybody be on the same page and strive towards the same goal. We have looked into West Georgia UREC, and we've estimated that about 60% of their communication internally is done through email. And as you can see, 10% by phone and 30% face-to-face. So one of the things we would recommend for internal communication is to up the numbers on face-to-face. Like I said, everybody being on the same page is essential to improve efficiency. If you just look at an email, like it said, 30% of people just disregard emails or don't even read them at all. So we think that face-to-face is the best way to get everybody on the same page and striving towards the same goal. And email can be great for certain types of communication, such as quick conversations and information, like if you have a meeting, just as a reminder. In person is best suited for sensitive topics, as you can really read somebody's their body language and how they really feel. A lot of times through email, phone, things like that, your true meaning of what you're trying to get across kind of gets lost because you don't see somebody, you're not looking at their face, seeing how they feel about it. These are some other bigger universities that we've estimated. They use face-to-face communication. Alabama uses face-to-face communication, about 65% of their total communication, and Auburn being 55%. And estimated, like I said on the past chart, West Georgia only uses about 30%. This is an acronym we use to help improve internal communication. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, and realistic, and timely. So specific with your communication. You need to be specific and be exact about what your goal is and relay that to your whole team. Measurable. How will you measure your goals? So you need to give specific feedback to each member of the team. Attainable. it needs to be, that kind of goes along with the next one, realistic. Attainable and realistic, you can't have, if your goals are unattainable, people have less motivation. Timely, you need to have a time frame on when you expect things to get done, and that way people aren't slacking. And with that, I'm going to give it to my colleague Ricardo, who's going to go over external communication.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. I would like to briefly explain to you the definition of external communication. External communication is the transmission of information between a business and customers, potential customers, suppliers, investors, shareholders, and society at large. And I would also like to show a brief video that explains external communication.
External communication is the transmission of information between a business and another person or entity in the company's external environment. Examples of these people and entities include customers, potential customers, suppliers, investors, shareholders, and society at large. A channel of communication is simply the way the organization transmits its message. Communication channels include face-to-face communication, print media, such as newspapers, magazines, flyers, and newsletters, broadcast media, such as radio and television, and electronic communication, such as websites, social media, such as Facebook and Twitter, and email. A business typically engages in different strategies in managing its external communications. The approach used will vary by circumstance, purpose, and the intended recipient. For example, a business will communicate differently if it is communicating with potential investors.
And this is just a brief background of the UREC. Back in fall 2006, the UREC opened its campus center faculty that hosts the University Recreation Center, the CSI, the Center Student Involvement, and the Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management Services in our ballrooms. The UREC offers numerous activities for students to stay active and to promote overall fitness and wellness. The Campus Center programs and faculties include Campus Center courts, climbing walls, fitness floors, game room, group fitness studios, training area, and adventure trips, and more. And now I will explain our SWOT analysis. Starting off with the strengths. The UREC provides free wellness and fitness for the students at West Georgia. The main communication method used by UREC is email. Another is flyers and social media. This updates students on fitness classes offered, upcoming events, and outdoor adventures. We have helped the UREC keep their Instagram social media page up to date and active. Now we'll talk about the weaknesses. The weaknesses before working with the UREC, the department didn't communicate through phone communication. The department didn't do a good job of making sure that a good percentage of students know about the fitness events, classes, and outdoor trips. The communication has went up by 75% since 2009. Opportunities. We have gained them more followers on their Instagram page by developing a social media plan for them. We are also in the works of developing an app for the department that will help students get more information and notifications easily in our city text announcements. The communication with students, when doing our analysis, we have gained the knowledge of knowing that students communicate better through text messaging.
the threats we see for the UREC is personal trainers, because if the students go out to the other gyms, then that means they will less likely to use the UREC. And if the department continues to be involved and interact with the students and keep the machines and equipment up to date, it will continue to strive. And now, I would like to pass it over to Daisy so she can talk to you about the recommendation.
Once again, my name is Daisy Kana, and I am the recommendation coordinator, and I've been working for the post for 9 years now. Raise your, how many of y'all have been to the UREC ever? Okay, great. So this picture is pretty familiar to you all. All right. 70 to 80% of people research a business before even going to the business. And out of that 70 to 80% of people, only a few of them actually end up visiting the business, which is why having a strong social media presence is very important, because it will influence those people that are looking on the internet to actually visit your business or your department. Hiring interns to respond to your emails and organize your followers, send out automatic tweets, or status updates will increase the population of people that show up at the UREC. Having an eco-friendly business also improves your company image, because being eco-friendly shows that you care about the environment, and you also care about the people that are around you, and also you'll also be saving a lot of money, because you'll be recycling your papers and materials. Student involvement recommendation. As you can see, this picture is the picture that represents the UREC when you search the UREC on the school website. That pops up. And the problem or the issue with this picture is that the UREC is not only about sport. It's a big chunk of sport, but also a lot of activities happen in the UREC, such as fashion shows, dance competitions, etc. So I believe that showcasing those activities on your website would encourage students to visit the website, because they can also see themselves and your friends. A lot of college students are interested in business, but don't know how to even start or who to talk to. Inviting small local businesses, such as, Planet Fitness, it's not really small business, it's large business, but local, how do you call that? Physical trainers to show an insight on how businesses run will really educate a lot of students on how to run businesses. And also a lot of students want to work out but don't know how to work out, or what works best for their bodies, or what to eat. And also inviting food nutritionists to these panels to talk to students on how to eat or what to eat would be amazing. And our our team understands that building a personal connection with such a large business is very hard. So, hiring interns to build or create a blog that will be personal to like the activities that are going to happen or is happening, or the classes that the classes that are happening right now will be great because students can like ask questions, and it will be owned by the UREC, so the UREC can make it, or the interns can make it personal. Community is very essential in a business. A sense of a community can increase the visitors, and two things that can increase that is by having karaoke nights and is it sport nights? I don't know, activity nights, where you can like all get together and like get to know each other, and also hiring ambassadors to personally get to meet those students and know them personally can increase your company getting to know your students better. That's it, and this was my recommendation for the UREC. And I'll be passing this back to you.
Thank you, Daisy. So in conclusion, using some of our recommendations, such as Daisy stated about things like tournaments or having business panels to tell people, how to work out, because not a lot of people know how to get started or even know what to eat. A lot of people are just know you're supposed to work out but don't know how to. So having those things such as the business panels or the tournaments will really help people get started and have fun and strengthen the external communications and the student involvement at the UREC. Over the 15-year career of Pulse Consulting, we have a 100% success rate, and we would like to add you guys to that statistic. So our next takeaway item is going to be So, like I said before, a lot of people don't know how to get started or what to do. So we have a protein bar, which is like, I guess, a healthy snack for you guys. And attached to that, we have our business card as well as a nutrition plan. So people do know a few things that they could be eating to have a better lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle.
All right, any questions for team number 5?
Nick touched on, we have a 100% success rate, so we feel our recommendations and our knowledge about university recreation will help anybody.
So why should we trust your recommendations to improve our department now and in the future?
You should trust our recommendations because we're evolving, care about the students, we cater to the students, and also you're like a total package in a sense to teach you how to like get into business, how to get fit, and how to find jobs within the business also. So we're like all in one. We're here for you guys.
How much time or effort would you need to put the recommendations in place? How much time or effort would be needed to put the recommendations into place?
We've been talking about these recommendations for a long time, almost 10 years now, and it shouldn't take long. It shouldn't take long at all. Maybe like a couple of months, let's say 6 months or so.
But it also depends on your company, your department, how bad your communication is to begin with. If we're starting with something good, it won't take long. But if we're starting with sort of bad, it might take a little bit longer. But again, we are very confident and efficient, so it won't take too long.
Okay, I'm actually going to stop the questions right now. We're going to move forward, but we'd like to thank you so much for coming. And let's